Hi guys, this is Marcin Ruman, and today I'm gonna record a video, and the subject is 3 tips for personal branding. 3 tips. I'll give you 3 valuable tips on personal branding for anyone working in IT sector, but particularly it's gonna be software developers, designers, and anyone else working in IT using a computer. And we're gonna start with tip number 1, which is your mentality, your mindset. And that's the most important tip from all 3 of these. And I'm saying that because I'm aware that once you got this one right, those next ones are just nice to have. The first one is extremely important, and it's your mindset. Have you seen your colleagues and your friends who, they don't believe that they can build a personal brand, that they can actually promote themselves, and even if they do, they might be doing that not consistent with their message, so it's not congruent as well. So that's why I've actually come up with this first tip for all the people to change their mentality. Because as a person in IT, you need to be an extrovert. You need to decide that, alright, I'm gonna use all the methods, I'm gonna use the technology that I know, the software skills that I know, the programming skills, and I will put all the effort not only into my employer's business or in the business that I work for, but also in myself. Because look, you might in 20 years, in 15 years, in 10 years, you might not work for the same company. You might be working for someone else. And then tell me, who's gonna promote you? I mean, you're gonna have your CV, but how are you gonna document what you've learned throughout this time? And you need to change your mentality that, look, I'm actually worth myself to start promoting my brand, to start building it step by step, and it takes time. So this is tip number 1, and you need to start with this one. Once you start with this one, this is like a necessary part, absolutely necessary to change your mindset and say, yes, I want more. I know that my potential allows me to actually go out and post the videos, post the photos of what I'm doing. So start documenting that. And lots of gurus and lots of people on the internet say that already, but not many people do that. But I know the first step for many people is, oh, I'm an introvert, I don't have money, I don't have time to do that. Just start small, start with your smartphone. Like, for example, we're doing the video now where we're recording with professional camera set. It didn't happen straight away for me. I was recording on an iPhone first, and then I switched to more professional equipment. So mentality is the most important. The tip number 1 is your mentality. Change your mentality, change your mindset, and then you can go to the second one. And by the way, make sure that this order of the tips that I'm giving you, you're gonna be applying that in the same order. Alright, so mentality, then tip number 2, dress like a pro. And particularly people in IT sector, because I'll give you an anecdote. When I was working for a startup, I was interviewing basically software developers, because we were looking for a software developer. And one guy, I remember, he came and he came for an interview. He wanted to get a job. So he came over, and I was with my colleague, we were interviewing him, and he was wearing a stinky t-shirt. And I was already mentioning that in some of my previous videos about this story, but basically he was wearing a stinky t-shirt, and then I thought to myself, how would I give a job to someone like that? How would I, give a green light? Would you give someone like that a green light? And I remember I was speaking with this individual afterwards, and I said, you know what, why don't you, dress yourself nicer? I actually told him, why don't you dress yourself, why don't you care about your appearance, about your dress, about your outfit? And said to me, oh, you know what, but Mark Zuckerberg, actually, he wears every day the same t-shirt. I don't know, maybe not the same, but he wears a white t-shirt every day. So I said, look man, you're not Mark Zuckerberg to dress, to wear a t-shirt and the same t-shirt every single day, especially when you go on an interview, and a stinky t-shirt. So there's lack of branding whatsoever. People in IT think that technical skills are enough, and they are not. So I say that tip number 2 is to start dressing like a pro. Get a stylist. They're actually not very expensive now, maybe like $100. They will go with you and they will tell you what to buy, what to dress according to your image that you wanna put forward. So that's what you're gonna do. Tip number 2, guys, tip number 2 is to dress like a pro. And finally, once you get through your mentality, once you get, a new outfit, once you decide, all right, this is actually I've changed my mindset. I want to take care of my clothing, people in IT particularly. Then you're gonna take your social media seriously. Tip number 3: take your social media seriously. Just make sure that you never post any drunk picture on Instagram, on Facebook, and many people do that. I look at your profiles, guys, on Instagram, and I go through each and every one that I encounter, and I look what sort of content do you upload. And I see some of the people they post drunk pictures, with their friends in the bar, belching and farting. I mean, you're a professional, and as a professional, you need to take this seriously, as this is your online avatar, this is your perception, and the perception is reality in the business. That's why tip number 3, which is take your social media seriously, after you've applied all the first 2, it's gonna be very, very important, because you're gonna work on this one. I don't know what's gonna be the next invention after social media, but you're gonna be working on that constantly, and this is gonna take lots of effort. I mean, what do you think, that all those cameras that I have here, do you think it's I don't know, $100 that you can get it and record it? It takes time, it takes effort. So let's review, guys. Tip number 1: if you haven't started, and if you plan, if you know that your potential is bigger than what you're doing now, then change your mentality. Then you're gonna find a stylist, because most of us, we're computer people, right? So we're not directly, I mean, I don't know myself. I've got a stylist, and she always helps me, because I'm crappy, with buying clothes. So I don't spend my energy there. I focus on my strengths, not on my weaknesses. And once you've got your clothing, you've got your mentality, you're gonna take your social media seriously, you're gonna be posting your content regularly, you're gonna be practicing, and roll it out. Don't spend months on that. Just roll it out, and I assure you that you're gonna start building your personal brand once you apply these 3 tips: mentality, dress like a pro, and take your social media seriously. By the way, guys, I'm writing my book, and the subject is actually personal branding for people working in IT. And if you wanna sign up and get free bonuses, such as this video, get value, and also I'm gonna be posting more information on my book. And by the way, the book will come out around May or August. I'm still writing it. Then go to marcinruman.com. I will write down the address for you guys. It's marcinruman.com. ruman.com/book. And if you go there, because probably if you're watching me, you've been subscribing to that, but if you have any friends, share this address with your friends in IT field particularly, and leave me your first name. Tell them to leave me your first name or their first name, their email, and we're gonna help them. We're gonna help them build a personal brand that they deserve, because you want your friends to be successful, you want yourself to be successful. So do it now and sign up. That's it, guys. It were 3 tips for people in IT about personal branding. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And I'm gonna be posting more content, so stay tuned. And that's it for now. Thank you.